It's John Black, Super Chemist, Part 2 of Do We Need Illegals to Pick Our Crops and for Slave Wages? So I said in the last video, the reason why we need to grow our economy is because the Federal Reserve Bank, we just keep borrowing more money because we have to, and we're in this perpetual debt-making machine, a loan sharking machine that we have to just grow bigger and bigger so that we can pay, because we borrow more and more. So that means we owe more and more. So we have to grow our economy to pay more and more. You know, just like the loan shark. Every time he's coming, he needs more and more money because your interest is accruing. So anyways, what if we didn't have a Federal Reserve Bank and we weren't stuck in this perpetual debt-making machine? We weren't stuck in this loan sharking machine. What would happen? Oh, I'll tell you what would happen. It'd be utopia. Yeah. Think about it. If you have this much goods and services that help, that your country needs, and then you have this population, once they equalize until I couldn't get that out. Once they equalize, you know what I mean, and you're making just enough for what you need, you know what I mean, your population, whatever, you wouldn't need to grow your economy. Everything would be great. Why would you have to grow it? The only reason you have to grow it is because you're part of this loan sharking machine called the Federal Reserve Bank. That's the only reason. No one would care. No one would give a crap if the economy grew or not. See, what we do now is we are forced to grow our economy. And so, in turn, we are forced to basically grow our population, right? Because we're forced to here, let me have it written down here. If you have enough goods and services for the population, then you never have to grow. The economy grows because of the population growth, and not the other way around. In other words, if you have no Federal Reserve Bank, if your population grows, then naturally the economy will grow because you need more stuff to sell to these more people, right? That's a natural progression. What do we have, though? We don't just naturally let our population do what they want and then the economy responds, right? No, we don't do that. We do the opposite, okay? We force our economy to grow so that we can pay the Federal Reserve Bank more and more money. But in turn, we have to grow. We're forced also to grow the population, right? The population just doesn't just grow naturally. We force it because we need that economy growth to stop inflation. Okay, and so the population, and the reason why that's why. So we need to grow the economy and grow the population so that we can just pay more and more money to the Federal Reserve Bank or the loan sharking bank, might as well call it. So we need slave labor for what? The elites and the Federal Reserve Bank, right? That's what they're saying. We need illegals because we need to grow the economy. And why do we have to grow the economy? For the elites. Me and you we don't need workers. The only one who needs the economy to grow is the Federal Reserve Bank because we owe them more and more money and they want to rip us off with their loan shark guy. And you know what? In return, right, for this slave labor, right, that the elites get, we don't get. In return, the poor Americans, right, poor workers, gets his wages lowered, his rent higher, with higher inflation, which again helps the elites because they're the ones who collect the rent, they're the ones who pay the wages. So how is slave labor helping the illegals? Right? Not help. You're not helping the illegals by giving them slave labor. How is that getting the American dream? Okay, minimum wage isn't the American dream. Yet what they're saying that lower than minimum wage is that's the American dream? No. Let's see how much time I got because I ran out of stuff here. This might be a short, 9.5 minutes. I don't know if I can last that long babbling. But yeah, isn't this just, I want to reiterate this thing here. They say we need illegal aliens to pick our crops because no Americans want to work for those low wages. And low wages doesn't mean minimum wage. It means under minimum wage. Because we know millions of Americans are happy to work minimum wage. Well, maybe not happy, but they're willing to. So we know that low wages means below minimum wage. So not a legal wage. Okay, like slave labor. So let's rephrase that sentence. We need black and brown people to pick our cotton because Americans won't work for slave wages. Yeah. And the answer, to me, I'm like, well, don't pay slave wages. I'm willing to pay more for my fruit and vegetables or whatever if the people are being paid slave wages. Okay? But everyone else in America is, I'd rather have slave wages. I don't want to pay more for my food. Do you want prices of food to go up? Yeah, I want them to go up. If you're getting slaves to do it, yes, I want to stop slavery and pay more, yes. So, yeah, that makes me a racist piece of shit, apparently. Because I don't want slavery. That makes me racist. Anyways.